DC.
Gotcha.
So it's just
Gotcha.
like all these different, like it was just like you feel it and you
Mm-hmm.
hear it and you see it, and it's very different. It's like proximity changes things and how you process it. Like it's different if you're out here, like unless you're in California where you're in an area where the marches are happening every day. Like in DC, there was always like every day, even when the news stopped, there was something going on. And just because the news cycle stopped didn't mean the people did it. And that was something that I really took into mind of like, yo, there's people who are on the ground and stuff all the time, and they never get any praise or worship of it. So yeah, man, it was definitely a different experience going through something like that in DC.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And yeah, our frontline leaders, right? They're organizing, boots on the ground, um, moving people, bringing awareness, and their thing isn't to get the media attention or whatever. They're trying to raise awareness for the wrong that they seen, And we have, I don't want to compare the levels, but Oakland, even though much gentrification is going on there, Oakland still has that history of like, nah, we gonna we gonna highlight what's going on down here. So I can only imagine, like you said, the pulse that was felt in DC, man. Crazy, crazy. Um, well, man, let's get to some quick hits. Unless, is there anything I didn't touch on that you feel you would like to bring some attention to?
Nah, man, and just shout out to you. Your questions were absolutely fire. Like I was literally telling Sam, I was gonna prep for this last night, right? I usually try to prep for when I'm gonna be recorded or whatever, so I don't sound wild. But your questions are so thoughtful and so curated, where they were broad enough for me to get space for me to provide my perspective and narrow enough for it to not go on a tangent. I was like, I don't gotta prep for these. Like Chris did his homework and did his job, and like both personal and professional, man. So just shout out to you for the questions. Like I legit say this on my Google Doc because I'm like, this is the template moving forward. If I have to interview anybody, like the way you set it up was brilliant, man. So just shout out to you for really taking the time and the effort and the space and just to curate these things, man. It was amazing.
Hey man, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Like you, I don't do well with praise, but I accept it. Um, because I just like when quarantine hit, man, I felt I had a dope network, man. So I'm just trying to tap and shine a light on people that I know that are doing great things, impactful things. And I know just from observing you, you kind of like, yo, I'm gonna put my head down, I'm gonna work this thing out, you know. But I feel like just having a conversation and putting it out into the atmosphere, we might be, somebody that's in undergrad right now might be grabbing hold of this, like, oh, I didn't even know that was an option. He's
Yeah.
talking about me. That's my life. I come from place A. I'm smart enough to be in place B, but I'm feeling uncomfortable, right? So yeah, man, that's the heart of what I'm trying to do in various scenarios, depending on what my network can do. Just like peel back those layers and yo, let's just talk about it, right?
Most
So
definitely.
appreciate you. So with these quick hits, bro, what was your go-to song for 2020, and do you got any early recommendations for the 2-1?
Man, I'm a huge R&B guy. I think in
Yo,
high school I was like super hardcore rap, hip hop, and then as I got older, R&B just became the thing that soothes my thoughts. So according to Spotify, it was "A Seat" by Arin Ray. You know what I'm
okay.
saying? I honestly don't remember listening to it that much, but I guess it was the most played song that I had. So there's that. But now for 2021, it actually is an older song. It's "Never Too Much" by Luther Vandross. And the
Oh
reason
man.
that came up is because I heard a sample through a DJ on Instagram called Amorphous, and that his he really blends like older songs and newer songs together. So I heard that sample, and he actually created a song called "Sunshine" by Fat Joe, DJ Khaled, and Amorphous. Right. So they cleared the sample. Fat Joe laid some bars, and like the beat was just dope. And it's like, but again, it was Sunshine in 2021, but the sample is Never Too Much by Luther Vandross. And it's just like, it's just a dope, like you can't help but vibe
Yeah.
to it. You're just puts you in a good mood. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
something I've been bumping for a good month. Sam's like, I think you listen to the same music all the time. I'm like, this is a good song.
Let me vibe. I told y'all she a drill song, man. Told y'all, man. But all right, a book you haven't read yet but want to.
I just started reading it. It's Caste by Isabel Wilkerson. So it delves into
Okay.
like racial ethnic makeup and how that's embedded systemically. And thus far, man, I'm only like a chapter in, but they have beautiful comparisons. Like I'm a huge metaphor person, and their metaphors are like it goes from like comparing a house to like racism, or comparing a house to like the insurrection. Like it's just like mind blowing how they're able to connect these dots in two completely different things. But it's excellent storytelling, and I'm excited to delve into it.
Man, what was the title and the author one more time?
Cast by Isabel Wilkerson.
All right, all right. You gonna mess around? So I asked for the music because I got a like a playlist for all the guests. You gonna mess around? I'm gonna have a book recommendation list, man. All right. Favorite food in Cali and DC. I know they known for the mumbo sauce, but everybody don't like the mumbo sauce out there. So go ahead.
Well, in Cali, for sure, Mexican food, man, because on the East Coast, geographically, there's not a lot of Mexicans there, and therefore, the quality,
You
in my
had
opinion, is a little down. Everybody has their opinions. Personally, not to be a snobby Californian, but the food's just different, right? And in DC, man, DC has so much food. I think one of the best foods that I had was actually Ethiopian food. They
truth.
have like a whole little Ethiopian little section in DC, like amazing, man. First, one of my homegirls, she took me. It was I've never had it before, and it was amazing. And it was like light enough to not feel like I need to go take a nap after,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
full enough where like I'm satisfied, And there was a whole bunch of stuff I've never eaten before. So the Ethiopian food in DC for sure was amazing.
Awesome, awesome. Three destinations in Cali for people not from Cali.
I'm biased, right? So go up to Delaware County, Smith River if you like cannabis. It's cheap, But beyond that, um, just the views. If you like the ocean, you got a whole coast, and you can have miles to the left or right of you by yourself. If you like the forest, you can get lost in the redwoods. You like river rafting, you go river rafting. Like camping, there's campsites all up and down the river. And I also shout out to Southern Oregon as well because I'm so close to Oregon where like the coast is all in one, right?
Yes,
So there's
sir.
some beautiful scenery in Southern Oregon on the 101 that are actually state parks that it's like protected. And there's a bunch of spots where you can literally see redwoods on the cliff, right under there's the ocean, right? So it's just like this beautiful merging of two different like just majestic worlds together. I think is beautiful. Another one I'll probably say is complete opposite end is San Diego because I'm a beach person. I love the beach. The weather's a little warmer, and the
Yes.
food, especially the Mexican food in San Diego. Like Sam and I went for spring break like 2 years ago, and literally around the corner from Airbnb was just a random pop up taco shop, and it was absolutely phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? There's no sign. It was just a tarp. The lady look at my aunt making the tacos,
That's the
amazing.
best kind. That's the best kind, man.
And lastly is San Francisco, personally, and that's more for the dancing. So I'm a bachata dancer. I think San Francisco had some amazing dancing pre-pandemic, and also SF just kind of has a little bit of everything in regards to like different boroughs you can go to. Different like Chinatown. There's a lot of history as well. Um, so yeah, SF.
All right. Last but not least, any burrito spot recommendations, man? Taco burrito spot recommendations.
Yeah, the one that actually comes to mind is a breakfast burrito in Davis. So I'm gonna stay local.
What?
I'm gonna stay
What?
local, man. I'm gonna switch it up. I'm not gonna go Mexican. It's the breakfast burrito at Alibaba's. Anybody who went to UC Davis knows what Alibaba's is, and if you didn't, y'all need to come back, have it. Like it's different than most breakfast burritos, right? Because most people have a very certain image of what it's supposed to contain, but it really is a blend of like Mexican and Mediterranean food into one breakfast burrito. You know what I'm saying? So it's delicious. I was just telling Sam today, I was like, yo, I'm craving an Alibaba burrito. So I'll say Alibaba's in Davis.
That's how you know it's real. That's how you know it's real. All right, bro. Before we get out of here, man, is there any like LinkedIn information, any contact information you want to lay down for the people?
Yeah, I mean, y'all can honestly LinkedIn for sure. I check it pretty periodically. So just my full name, Jaime Ramirez Mendoza. If y'all feel like connecting, feel free to connect there. Message me, like chat. You know, I am, and I tell this to my brothers all the time. Like, take away the scholarships, take away the degrees. The most valuable thing that I have in my life is my comunidad. It's not even close, right? So I'm always looking to build, and I think there's a difference between networking and connecting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down to do both, but I'm just a connector because that's just the way I was raised. So if y'all, if any of this was like yes, if y'all want to have some perspective, challenge me on some stuff, I'm open to that too. We can you know help ourselves get better. But yeah, just my full name on LinkedIn, I think would be a great way if folks want to connect.
Iron sharper than iron. And one more time, I think my bootleg overseas internet went out. What was say it again?
Yeah, so my full name on LinkedIn, which is Jaime Ramirez Mendoza. And I think that the title should say like policy analyst at the Education Trust.
Awesome, awesome. Yo, man, jam packed episode. I can't believe we got it in this amount of time because it was literally a lot more I could have pulled on, man. But awesome guest. Thank you, bro. Uh, Go ahead and get that burrito with Sam. Um, and we'll have to do an update or something. This is dope, man. I appreciate your time, bro.
Likewise, man. Thank you for having me on, bro. Hopefully you have a good rest of your day.